Good afternoon, ELI. I'm Benin with my classmates Sandy and Minglin. Today we will show you different topics in our program. First, I'm gonna give you a report about the weather. Then we have two interviews. One of them, Sandy met Daniel Peterson, who is teaching at ELI. The other one, Minglin met a tutor who helps his ELI students. Then I will show you how to cook cream mushroom soup to keep yourself warm. Next, Sandy will discuss some points in health, and Minglin will discuss some points in fashion. Finally, because Christmas break will start next week, we will share with you our trip. I went to Chicago, Sandy went to New York, and Minglin went to Florida. Let's let's start our program. Today the weather is very cold because the snow is starting to fall. Also the degrees is -6 Celsius, so keep yourself warm. The weather tomorrow will be also cold because it will be snowy. So my advice, you had better to stay at home. Thank you.
Everybody, 2 weeks ago, I interviewed Daniel and asked her 6 questions. Today, I will introduce what I interviewed with her. The first question: what have the ELI changed since she worked in ELI? She said the ELI had got a lot bigger, more students and the teacher. There is a new building in ELI. The second question: what is her plan of the ELI in future? She says that she will continue teach all of the class. She likes to teach a lot of different classes, but next year she hopes to teach more level 2 grammar class. ELI students do. She said the students should do homework on time. She thought students should talk with Americans to practice their speaking English. They should read English instead watch English movie online. They should read the paper. They had better attend. What does she think that the ELI need to be employed? She said she thought ELI is better than before. So number 5. Which part of the ELI is her favorite? She said she likes a lot of different parts of the ELI. She likes meeting, activities, conversation hour, and teaching class. She likes everything. The number 6. Some advice the Daniel gave to the ELI students. She says that ELI students should talk with Americans. Don't be shy. The more they practice, the better.
Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about my presentation of 3 parts. First of all, I want to talk about my interview of ELI's tutor. The second, I'm going to introduce my topic of fashion. Finally, I'm going to talk about my travel of world. Okay, about my interview of ELI's tutor, I have 5 questions. I asked her, how long have you been working in ELI? She told me She had been working in ELI 3 years of months. The second question I asked her, what's your happening interesting things during work in ELI? She told me work in ELI is important for her. She can get more experience of job, and she thinks it's very interesting. It's very good be her future job. Next question I asked her, do you think what's the advantage work in ELI? She told me, sometimes students ask her very interesting questions, and sometimes she can't understand. So they transfer their language for her. She thinks it's very interesting. Next question I asked her, do you have any suggestion to ELI? She told me she thinks ELI should build a big house because ELI has more students, so it has a more classroom. Finally question I asked her, what's your plan to do in the future? She told me, in the future, she wants to become English teacher. She will teach reading and writing in the high school. I think she is a good tutor, and I hope she can become an English teacher in high school.
You know, I like cooking, and I chose this soup because it keeps myself warm, and so also it takes just 30 minutes to cook it. It's very delicious and it's easy. It contains 1 pound of fresh mushrooms, quarter cup of butter, 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, half teaspoon salt, 1 cup whipping cream, freshly ground black pepper. The method is slice mushrooms to measure 1 cup, melt butter over medium heat, put mushrooms there and stir until mushrooms are golden brown. Then sprinkle with flour, black pepper and salt. Then stir until thickened. Finally, put heavy cream and stir them together.
The winter house. In China, there are many kinds of traditional medical treatments, such as foot, acupuncture, sports, and so on. In these treatments, my favorite is foot. The rock sugar and pear is a common food which the Chinese eat in winter. In the past time, the rock sugar and pear soup only contained sugar and pear. Now people put more things in it, such as jujube, Chinese of berry, white figures. They are very healthy for body. They could make the people stronger and warmer. Of course, the function of the super display cleanly. It includes reduce fever, relieve a cough, relieve a cold, reduce fever, and reduce stress. I think it's very fit for the people who live in Michigan because of the cold weather. In the pot, I will introduce a Chinese traditional treatment, acupuncture. The acupuncture dates from thousands of years. In the past time, people thought it was not scientific. As the Chinese medical development, more and more people are realize the benefit of the acupuncture. The acupuncture is also popular in America since it came to the America. It has had 10,000 acupuncturists in New York. How does the acupuncture work? There are more than 800 acupuncture points in the body. Every point are connected to the specific organ body, restrictions, and system. A life force called qi through the body. Acupuncture points are stimulated to balance the circulation of qi. It's amazing because nobody knows what's happened. The acupuncture could help you to reduce stress and keep health. My advice about the acupuncture is that you must take 4 to 6 sessions to treat an ailment. Then you will find that you have a big and good change.
About fashion, I have a question. Do you like fashion? I think everyone likes fashion. I like fashion. I like shopping. But you know, different countries have different culture, so they have different fashion. About American fashion, I think it has different fashion style. There are many fashion in our life. For example, clothes, shoes, and bags. Especially fashion magazine. I think many people like fashion magazine because it is a guideline of fashion. You can see this picture. It is American fashion. It's very different style. It's very cool and it's very interesting. Many people to lead the fashion. For example, models and sports stars and movie stars. Young boys and young girls follow the fashion. I think it's very beautiful, and fashion has a more advantage. First, you can learn more information about fashion, and you can become beautiful person, and you can get more attention, and you show your best side. I think it's very important of yourself. You can get more and more self-confidence and you can have more and more people like you. You can make more friends, especially you can get more chance of successful. So I think you should learn more information about fashion, and I think you can try your best.
This is my first trip to Windy City. I visited Chicago since March. The weather was very cold. I'm gonna share with you my pictures. First, I went to aquarium. These pictures, the outside of the aquarium. I like aquarium so much. It's so big, but I enjoyed. I've been enjoying to watch dolphin show. Then I went to a famous park in Chicago. Finally, I went to Wells Tower. That was first time I stood in high place. I scared when I was looking at the window. You ask yourself, did I eat in a restaurant? Yes, actually I ate my lunch at Riza restaurant. It is Iranian restaurant and the food was very delicious. I recommend Riza restaurant for you. I enjoyed in my trip and I hope you visit Chicago soon.
Last summer, I went to New York. It's a big and beautiful city. And the first day, I visited the famous park, Central Park. It is the biggest park which I thought by now. In the park, we could see the animal and people play together peacefully. In the afternoon, I had to take a boat to visit the Brooklyn Bridge before I saw the Statue of Liberty. It was pity for me because the Statue of Liberty was repaired. We could not clean it up. The second day, I went to the Times Square. There are too many stores and sisters. I like shopping, so I hope to stay here every day. In that, I get up the top of the Empire State Building, which is the best place to view the night of New York. The trip of New York is difficult to forget for me. If I had a chance, I would like go again.
Florida is the sunshine state of America. You can see this picture. It has a more beautiful sandy beach and sea in the Florida's island. Last summer, I went to Florida with my friends. You can see this picture. There are 2 American friends and 3 Chinese friends with me. I think it's very interesting picture. Next picture, you can see beautiful of the sea in the Florida. I feel very relaxing and happiness. I love travel in Florida. I think it's very important and interesting experience for me. If I have opportunities, I will go to Florida again because I can learn more information about Florida and I can taste delicious food. If you want to know more information about Florida, you can go there. I think you will have a good trip, wonderful trip in Florida. Okay everyone, this is my presentation. Thank you for your listening. Have a good break.